Hey there everybody, Odd1 here, and we're back with another figure review. Today we have a pretty unique, cool, and surprising figure. Surprising in the sense that we do not have a lot of merchandise from this IP, but I'm really hoping that this studio continues pumping these out. I cannot wait for their next one if they continue going through with it. But enough of that, let's get this in front of you. We have this right here, and this is freaking amazing. I was super excited for this and pre-ordered this immediately. This is Demon Flame Studios and CoserToys Abyss Knight. If you are new to anything of what this even looks like, I'll fill you in, and then you need to go and play the game. But for those of you who know, you know how awesome this is. This is a figure. Yeah, I already opened it, had to. But this is a figure based off of Death from the game series Darksiders. If you have not played it, I highly recommend playing Darksiders 1, Darksiders 2, Darksiders 3 if you really want to, and play Genesis. It's a really nice little fun time playing Genesis, you know? It's alright. But yes, this is amazing. I cannot believe he has a figure. Not only does he have a figure, the figure looks phenomenal. I swear they took him right out of his game. I am so happy about this. And we're apparently going to get his brother War. We're supposed to get his horse soon, and the horses are going to be in scale with the figures, so that itself is going to be massive. I cannot wait. I am really hoping this keeps going. With all that being said, let me get this box open real quick so I can show you guys what's inside. First and foremost, before I actually show you him and his blister package, they give you extra joints. Anytime a company does this, they're alright in my book. I instantly fall in love with them. Having extra joints should be a standard with import figures or figures that might tend to have their joints break. Nothing something like Marvel Legends, you know, those hold up pretty well, but things like Figma, SH Figure Arts, hell, even Mezco and Mafex, having extra joints can go a long way. I mean, Amazing Yamaguchi does this all the time. Come on, everybody, get on this. Extra joints are very fucking helpful. But enough of that. Here is Death, and you can't see his face, but oh my god. So, obviously he's still in this package, and he's only in this package for this video. I've already taken him out and messed with him. I love this figure. But, you know, pretty simple, sleek. Weapons are on the back. Speaking of which, let's just pull that out so we can show that off. We have his weapons right here, and oh my lord, they're amazing. So we have his two half-sights that if you play the game, you'll recognize these right away. If you haven't played the game, he has two sides. They become one, and this one side is basically what happens when he's in his Reaper form, which looks badass. If we ever get a figure of that, I'm totally buying that too. But yeah, before we get to these, let's get to him. And just so you know, aside from him, we do get a face that we can swap over to that has actual pupils. We get a key. I forgot what the key is called in the game, but you will find them throughout. It was not a trickster key. It's a different key, I believe. We get two sets of hands. We have his hands that he has on right now, which is just for his holding his weapons. And then we have two action pose hands. They're grip hands. They're just, you know, clawed out. You guys will see it. These pieces here are the end caps for the size, all three of them, the two smaller ones and the big one itself. So let's get them out. Oh yeah, and then his neck covering, which is fucking, this thing is fucking great. I am so sorry, but man, when I seen proto images of this, I was like, there's no way where this is actually happening. And then they're like, yeah, it's happening. Here's for pre-order. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's get it. So let's get Death out right now. And man, does he look good. And just so you know, he has cloth clothing on. How fucking badass is that? Oh man, I gotta get this part off. Come on, there we go. Alright, cool. So, now that we have him out, and then move his tray out the way, we're gonna focus on just him for right now. We gotta show off that detailing. See if I can get him to stand real quick. Just there. Let's fix the lighting a bit. We have shaky camera here already, all excited. Do you guys see this? Look at this man's face. I swear this is taken straight from the game. And the cool thing about this, I didn't notice this until I took this face off and replaced it with the other one. But his eyes, they're colored really nicely. Really nicely. That's great English. They're colored very well. They're actually clear. And if you somehow got to mod the head to put a light in there, you would have his eyes able to glow. I have no idea how I'm going to do that. I want to try to do that and get like a magnet LED in there to activate to have his eyes glow, because I think that would be badass. But look at that. His face detailing is amazing. The weathering on it, like, I swear they took him right out of the game. They really did. I will say, however, I have one gripe with this figure, and that gripe comes with changing the faceplates. Dear God, it's a goddamn pain. It's a really fucking pain. Oh. Other than that, this guy is fucking great. You got that color texture all throughout. Like, the weathering is phenomenal. This looks really good. This really does. Gloves were done very well. You can see his spine just straight down. He even has a scar on the side. I mean, they could have did something else with his chest, but I'm not going to mention that because that's later in the game. This is like when you first get a hold of him. Boots, fucking dope. All the detail throughout him is amazing. They have the weathered, dirty look on all of his drapes on him. Man, I'm sorry I'm gushing so much, but this figure's fucking badass, and I was waiting a long time for this. It's literally my favorite character of the Darksiders series. And then Strife, because Strife is just hilarious. But man, this guy looks great. And a little fake leather for the straps. We have actual little metal for the buckle, so even that's freaking cool. And his pants are cloth too, if you can't tell, but overall, aesthetic-wise, this guy hits and fits the bill to a T. Man, this is a nice figure. Enough with that being said, let's show off the articulation. You can turn his head left and right. I mean, quite frankly, you can get it all the way around. I mean, it's death. He probably could do that. He can look down that far without incorporating his ab crunch or anything. He can look that far down. If you incorporate his ab crunch, he can see his toes without a problem. Let's get him standing straight back up. He can look... Oh, popped his head off. I'm pretty sure Death can do that too and be fine. Let's try that again. He can look up that far before incorporating his torso into it. After you incorporate his torso, he can look up even further. They did detail this all completely through here and his spine. I want to show that off right now, actually. So before I do the other stuff, I'm just going to turn this around and show it right now. His spine... Oh, shaky camera. His spine is detailed all the way through. So as far as they can go, they have the notches ready for it. That's awesome. Love it. Back to the front, though. We do have his arms. They can go all the way around. Ball joint is hidden, as you can see. The bicep swivel, you don't even know that you have it until you actually find it. But he has it, so he can swivel all the way around. We do have double jointed elbows, which is also nice. Shaky camera is... Wow. Okay, so I'm not the only thing excited for this. Apparently so is my phone. And my finger's in the shot. It's okay, though. That's how we record. Oh my lord, I cannot get this set up. You can tell I'm not ready for this. You can tell I wasn't ready. But yeah, double jointed elbows, you can get up that far. We have wrist hinge and swivel, so all that good articulation there. Everything's gonna apply over to the right side of his body, our left. All the way around. The bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. Look at the stitching there, man. That is nice. Hinge and swivel. Oh man. You got the upper diaphragm joint, detailing of the abs and everything there. Can hinge side to side with just this. By the way, this is a floating piece, so that's nice. Don't have to really worry about that getting in the way ever. I'm going to try to turn him to the side there. You have the upper diaphragm, and then you have a waist swivel itself too. So any poses you need to get him into where it involves turning him in some form of way, you can do it. He will pose for you, and it's amazing. Legs can kick forward this far. Solid foot, no toe hinge, and slightly unfortunate, but I'm okay with it. I mean, he is wearing really chunky boots, but I don't care. I'm alright with not having a toe hinge. We do have double jointed knees. He gets a great bend, looks great. I don't believe he can kick his own ass. Never mind, he can kick his own spine. Good lord. I think the only thing I know that can do that is Spider-Man. Oh man, he does have an upper thigh swivel. You can't see it, but you can see it, if you know what I mean. It's closer in a way. Okay. But yeah, upper thigh swivel. double jointed knee, has a really good bend as we showed off. We do have an ankle rocker in there, and his ankle can hinge forward and back. Let me see if I can actually get in there to show you guys. It's in a ball joint in there, and it's really big ball joint there. So yeah, you get your articulation from his ankle. He can do the splits without a problem. Also, I forgot to show that off, that he can almost completely T-pose. So his arms are a little limited by his shoulder, but if you shift it up, you get a little bit more range. Now, this is a new joint that I'm, working with. Haven't seen this on a figure. I think the only thing I've seen with this was a custom kit for UI Goku that had the shoulders like that and like the biceps kind of hidden. Not used to it, but it still works nice. We get full splits. No problem whatsoever. So when it comes to articulation, this guy will get in all the neat, crazy poses you need to get him in. Or if you're trying to, recreate something from the game, he will do it without fault. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't played the Darksiders series, play it. And we just got news that they're coming back. We're getting more Darksiders. I couldn't be more excited for this figure now. Cannot fucking wait. I really hope they give us all of them together. And I really hope this company keeps this going forward. With that being said, we're going to move Death to the back real quick, and I'm going to bring up his other accessories that he has. So, first off, we get his, cloak cowl thing that he has around his neck a majority of the time in the show. He does get, in the game. Might as well be a show with how it plays out. Anyway, side tangent. It just, okay, that didn't fall. Sweet. It just goes around his neck like this, and I can't talk. You actually don't need to pop his head off to put that on. It'll actually go around his head and get on there, but then you have to pull his hair out, and that's a little bit obnoxious. So if you don't feel like dealing with that, just, do what I did and pop his head off. But when he has this on, it completes the look. There we go. I was trying to get the rest of his hair out on the outside of that. It completes the look. He just looks great. Flows on the back, semi-hard plastic, so, it'll get out the way, it'll move. Does not hinder his neck articulation at all. He still gets his downward motion, his upward motion, and, just doing that looks, man, that looks badass. This figure's fucking cool. I am sorry. It just is. It really is. This figure rocks. I cannot wait for the rest of this series. Please hurry up with War and have him just as great. Also, War is supposed to be scaled properly, and if I remember right, War is a tad bit bigger than Death. This figure's already maybe 7 inches tall. So, yeah, War's going to be kind of chunky. I can't wait to see how he turns out. But anyway, back to the accessories. Like I said, he doesn't come with many. We get these clawed action hands. These are great for, your grappling, your striking, reaching forward, all that good stuff. And we get fist hands. We don't have any other hands, but quite frankly, he doesn't do any other motions in the game with his hands aside from fist and, gripping. So that's what we got. We have the end caps of all the sides, like I said. Let me get these out. They're a little hard to get out because, there's no space to fit your fucking fingers into to pull this stuff out. I dropped one already. I don't even know where the other one went. Oh, right next to me. Never mind. Sorry. Yeah, you guys can't see, but, on the outside of this, I am dropping stuff everywhere. These are going to go on the end cap of the sides. These are for the smaller ones. And even on these, the detailing is great. The wraps, the weathering, love it. And then it goes on a gigantic one, which is basically both of them put together. Looks great. Then we get his additional mask and I'm just going to call it a trickster key. I know it's not a trickster key. I just don't remember what key it is, but this is the additional mask. And you can see his pupils are in there. Very nice. And then this is the key. And the key is not only just a key. By the way, it's detailed very nice from the game. It looks just like this. It's not only a key, it's actually for his eyes because he has a moving eye gimmick for this mask. So if you want him to look to the left, boom. There you go. That's freaking cool. And look, I'm not going to lie. I'm probably never going to use this mask. Maybe for a couple pictures, but other than that, I'm never going to use this mask. It's always going to be that because that's how I see him in game. This is really cool, though. I'm not going to lie. I do appreciate them including this. That is amazing. I'll try to show you guys the obnoxious bullshit that I'm talking about when it comes to swapping this out. So, it's just really thin there. And there's really nowhere else to get a firm grip on this. And it's more annoying if you don't have nails. But the way this fits in here, let me see if I can pull this out. Hopefully I don't break shit. I've only tried this twice. There we go. Okay, got this out. So we have the pegs there. These can move as well for some reason, don't know why. And then that's the unholy sight that you don't want to see. So I'm hoping that maybe like I can Dremel that out more so that goes back there, leave everything else alone, get a small enough LED in there that activates via magnet, and then I can have a light that'll glow behind these, because these eyes will glow if there's a light behind them. They are translucent, and it doesn't like it from the front, but the back you can tell. And then if I actually run a light over these, so I'm just going to pull this down and blind myself a little bit. There you go. Do you see how awesome that would be if there was an actual light inside of this? Jesus. That's fucking cool. But enough of that. Let's get him back up here and we get to the rest of the accessories and all that good stuff. I suppose I should put his face back on. Oh, wait, no. I got to show you guys what it looks like with the eyes, the regular face. There you go. Here you go. I'm going to call this Casey Jones face. Also, if you want a badass Casey Jones mask without it being Casey Jones, here you go. But anyway, let's get that off. That came off really easy because I didn't actually plug it all the way in. Just did it to give you guys the shot of how that would look. But yeah, this is my preferred look. Oh my god, this figure's so fucking cool. Sometimes being an adult sucks. But then there's times when you remember you're an adult and you have adult money and you can buy it on adult shit that, honestly, think would be for a kid, but nope, it's for you! So I'm going to move Death off to the side. We're going to get to the last of his accessories, then we can show off the size comparison. But the last of his accessories are his size. So let's get the smaller ones out the way. These are both of them. These are fucking cool. Love the detailing in them. You think they actually glow, but they don't. They might glow under black light. Skulls look amazing. I mean, skulls make up his weapons in general, as you can see, they're down there. But I found out something really cool with them that I wasn't paying attention to when I was messing around with this at first. I thought that, it's just a sculpted design, but no. The mouth actually hinges open. And if you hinge it open, there's another fucking skull in there. How fucking badass is that? That's so fucking cool. This figure is, oh my god, it's just cool. I don't know how else to describe it. It's cool. I popped it off its hinge. Hey, I can see how that actually works though. Neat. Okay, that was an accident, but it was a happy accident. There we go. And it popped right back on without a problem. Look at that. We got a skull inside of a skull and just, oh my god, this is awesome. This figure rocks. I really do like this. And if you want to plug these in, he's already holding them, and he tends to hold his size Starkiller style. And if you guys know who Starkiller is, leave a comment. Let me know that you know who Starkiller is. No, now that I think about it, I haven't actually tried to put his weapons in his hands. But he does hold them Starkiller style, which is this, reverse grip. So the blade's behind him. There we go. So it would be like this. So I'm going to leave one like that, and I'm going to put the end cap on it, which just slots into place. And there you go. So he tends to hold his weapons like this. And there's nothing wrong with that. It looks badass. I'd be afraid I would stab myself in the back, but that's awesome. And then the last thing that he has is this big scythe here. This scythe, normally he only has it when he's in his Reaper form. But look at that detailing. You have the big skull there. You have tons of miniature skulls making up the blade. The cracks, the weathering, the wrap, everything about this looks really freaking nice. I love the detail. Like, the figure itself is fire, but the amount of detail they went into to get this to look the way they did, I love and appreciate it. They took some care into this. I mean, look, even the blade here has teeth, part of a skull. Like, they didn't have to go this hard, but I am so happy they did because, god damn, this figure's amazing. And then for this one to go in his hand, you just slot this through. Let's see if we can get this in a bit easier. If not, and his fingers are somewhat malleable. He has a solid grip, but it's not hard enough to where you can't slide this in. You should have no problem. And then you just plug. Nope, that's the wrong one. No, that's the right one. That's the right one. We just plug this into here. Not that way. Okay, I'm gonna try this way. Let's see how this is keyed. We got it like that, so it goes this way. And we push this down. I feel like I'm still doing it wrong. I'm going to double look at this again. Where is that damn flat end? See, is that flat end there or there? It's there. Oh, I had it backwards. There we go. Oh, it doesn't look like I had it backwards. What the hell? I'm so confused. Whatever. I took his hand off. Whoops. But, yeah. Also, that's a great thing, too. He can hold his scythe without an issue. I love that. All right. At least from what I can see. I'm going to do a test right now on camera, see if he can hold his scythe up. Okay, so as you guys can see, his wrist turned. And I just wanted him to hold his scythe outward like this. There we go. So, if you need him to hold his scythe a certain way, he will definitely hold it. Oh my god, this is badass. Love it. Anyway, let's get around to the size comparison. Let me take these out of his hands real quick. Take this without me with the end caps and how malleable those are. You don't really need to do that. Just move his hands enough and you're good. Oh my god, this figure is great. I hope you guys got one of these. If you did not get one from 5K Toys, I hope you can find one offhand. I hope it's not super expensive. I really hope not. Like, my copy was, I think I paid $90 for this, I think. I can't remember. If I remember, it'll be in the description. I mean, I could go check now, but I'm not about to do that because, you know, they have to stop recording and I'm not about to do that. Yeah, that's not happening. Anyway, so here we have Death. I'm trying to get him in as neutral as I can, standing straight. There we go. I think I got it. I think that's the best I can do for him standing straight up. Death is normally hunched over. Let's move the camera back. And we're going to get our usual suspects that we always have with us. So first off, we have Marvel Legends Modular Iron Man. Telling you, every time I bring this figure out, all I hear is "want to take you for a ride." Freaking Marvel vs. Capcom 2. But considerable height difference. He might not look that tall on camera over Iron Man, but from my view of looking at this from behind the camera, Iron Man's top of his head stops at the top of Death's shoulder. So he has some height on him. We have our forever non-standing bow-legged Lightning Collection Zed Super Putty. And he's a lot taller than the putty. There we go. We're going to move these guys out of the way and grab someone he's probably not taller than. And if he isn't taller than him, they might be equal in height. But our ever-faithful SH Figure Arts Final Form Cooler. Let's get him standing properly. I swear, his torso is like getting looser and looser as the days go by. I think I might need to tighten that. And him and Death, if you don't include Cooler's spikes, spine, whatever the fuck those things are coming out the top of his head, they're the same height. Take that back. Death is taller. God damn, it's been a minute since I had something taller than Cooler on the channel. I mean, aside from, you know, the OG thick boy himself, SH Figure Arts Broly. Of course, he's taller with his short, stubby little neck. But holding these up together, he doesn't seem that much taller. It's been a minute since I've had something seem like it's catching up to Broly in height. And this is what I mean. I'm going to move Cooler out the way for right now, just so you guys can see his height. That's his Broly behind him. So, I mean, Death has Super Saiyan hair now. What is his face to face? And this is Broly's head sitting properly on his neck. This figure is actually pretty fucking tall. Let's get Broly out of here. It's great. I hope you guys can find a copy for yourself somewhere. I really enjoy this figure. Why is that moving? Like, is this on a joint? Oh no, it's just tabbed in. That's cool too. Okay. That's nice. So this will also get out of the way. I'm finding out new stuff that I didn't even know while messing around with this on camera. Now that I've reviewed him, he is not going back in his box. He can go up on the shelf now. And, man, just, this figure is great. Like, you want a random jumping pose? You know, jumping across of a ledge. There you go. I mean, technically, you use this as a running pose, too. This figure is amazing. Need a pose of him landing. Let's get his arms up. So, Turn this way. Turn this way. There you go. Coming down. This figure is freaking fire. It looks great. It feels great. Nothing on it's loose. It's like the right amount of tight with the right amount of give, so you don't break anything. Also, aside from this bicep joint here, you can shift his shoulder back and forth up at the ball socket, so that's really nice too. This figure feels phenomenal. Like, nothing feels loose. Shake test perfectly fine. Shake your cameras here again. Like, he can hold poses that you need to put him in. You want him in a low crouching pose. Let's get him in a low crouching pose. I mean, this is almost a Goku pose, but you guys know what I mean. You can get him down and into a pose, and then he'll hold it. So, like, let me move his feet so he's sitting properly. Don't show me up like that now. Look at that. That's fucking badass. Oh my god. I hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as I did, because goddamn, this figure's fire. I hope you guys can get a copy of it. I got mine at 5K Toys. They're currently sold out. Follow their Instagram. You never know when stuff will come back in stock. He can always pop back up for a random batch. They can always do another wave at some point if they start seeing that there's a lot more interest in these figures. I'm telling you, follow 5K Toys if you guys want some cool shit. Follow them. Follow them. Follow them. They always have random cool stuff up, and always have good prices for it too. And as far as I've been ordering from, they've never let me down. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I said that, what, like 3 or 4 times already? Let me get out of here. Man, I'm sorry, this figure is just really nice. For this coming from a game series that does not get a lot of press, does not get a lot of merchandise release. I mean, if I remember correctly, this is the only figure I've seen ever put out that wasn't a statue at all. It's that damn good. This figure is that damn good for me. I love it. I hope you guys can get yourself a copy. And I'll catch you all in the next video. I don't have a quote from Darksiders for death for this one. All I can leave you guys with is that this figure is badass. It just is.